The date is August 11th, 1994. The last baseball games for that season, for that day, are played. On August 12th, the owners and the players could not get along, get a deal done, and the rest of the 1994 season was lost. There would be no more joy in Mudville for the year 1994. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I can go back in time and tell them how I can fix this. I go ahead and grab my cell phone and go back to the year 1994 and show the owners and players what life would be without baseball. And I show them the pictures on my cell phone. No baseball for the rest of 1994. They think they're going to get a deal done, but they don't. And now I show them 2020 and show there's no baseball being played because of a coronavirus. Of course, they're mystified at my cell phone, wondering what this thing is, because that thing didn't exist yet back then. But they were amazing. And they were amazed by what I showed them. And so they said, you know what? Let's worry about a deal after the season is done, because we got some great division races going and baseball should be played. So get out there. Let's continue the schedule. Play ball. All right. That's not exactly how it worked, but here in 2020, where we can do lots of things and replay things and restart things, we can do whatever we want. Hello, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to the reopening day of the 1994 season restart. For those of you who do not know what this is all about, I really don't want to go into it again, but I'm just restarting. We're going to play out the rest of the season. We have the schedule, the remaining schedule for the 1994 season. Hello, Hammer Time. Welcome to my game tonight. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to play this out. I'm going to choose a game per day out of the season, and the rest of the games will be simulated utilizing Payoff pitches quick result charts. Everything is dice, no AI. No Stratomatic AI, no out-of-the-park AI, no Action PC AI, no Inside Pitch AI, no AI. Everything's being done with dice. And I'm just going to keep stats of wins and losses, but I'm going to show a good game pretty much every day from the season. This was a big series about to occur before the season ended. This series between the Astros and the Braves was a big series. It was huge. Okay, the Atlanta Braves are chasing the Montreal Expos in the National League East, and the Astros, of course, were chasing the Cincinnati Reds. The Astros are only a half game behind the Reds, where the Braves were about maybe 6 games behind the Expos in 1994. So today's first game of our reopening day will feature the Houston Astros versus the Atlanta Braves. It will be Doug Drabek versus Tom Glavine, and I think this is going to be a heck of a game between these two. The regular game, I will continue. I will play the game normally like I usually do. And around the 7th inning stretch, Steeler fan, I knew you'd be here for this. And of course, at the 7th inning stretch, I will go ahead and simulate, utilizing dice, I will simulate the games that are on the schedule that, of course, you'll see, of course, right here, the schedule for the days. All right. And you'll see me, of course, just make number lists here, and I'll highlight the winners. And at the, I'm not going to do all the standings. I'll get to another. I'll show them what the standings are in the next video. But we just want to show you. I want you to see the season unfold in front of you. Another thing about doing AIs is that you don't see it. You guys are just watching the game being played, but you don't see the background. I'm going to show you the background. That's why Payoff pitches quick results charts will be used. I'm not 100% sure I got Joe Bryan's formula to use it, but I kind of think I got it right, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, welcome to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. The fans are back in here at this ballpark to watch the Houston Astros play the Atlanta Braves. It is a very big game. It's the beginning of a big series between these two over the weekend. The Astros are only a half game back of the Reds. The Braves are 6 games back of the Expos as we now restart the 1994 season. Everybody here is hyped up. They thought there would be no baseball left, but there is going to be baseball, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to play this season to its completion. Of course, if you know, I will be utilizing a modified modern baseball playoff, so which means the top 3 teams the top 3 division winners get in, and there'll be 2 wild cards. But instead of playing a wild card game, it will be best 2 out of 3 wild card series played at the wild card winner with the better record. I don't believe you play 162 games to play 1. Since everything is based on a series, you got to have a series. So, enough of a great introduction. I welcome you back here to reopening day. And let's see what we got here. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. For the Houston Astros, it will be James Mouton batting first. Steve Finley will bat second. Craig Biggio will bat third. Jeff Bagwell will bat fourth. Ken Caminetti will bat fifth. Luis Gonzalez will bat sixth. Scott Service will bat seventh. Andujar Cedeno will bat eighth. And, of course, Doug Drabek, the pitcher, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Atlanta Braves, we have Fred McGriff at first base. Mark Lemke is at second base. Terry Pendleton is at third. The shortstop is Jeff Blauser. In left field, we have Ryan Klesko. We have Deion Neon Sanders in center field. I guess he's not playing for the NFL at this moment. Of course, this is August, but he was probably getting ready. I think he was just wanted to finish out the baseball season before he went to play in the NFL. In right field, we've got David Justice. The catcher is Javi Lopez behind the plate. And on the mound for the Atlanta Braves will be Tom Glavine. At this time of the year, 13 wins, 9 losses, a 3.97 ERA, and 94. And Tom Glavine, the Braves, this Braves team, the Braves won the National League East so many times straight. This was the one season they didn't do it because of the strike. Amazing, really. So let's get ready to go to the top of the first inning for the Astros as we get this restart underway. Here's James Mouton leading off for Houston. Glavine, of course, is a lefty. He bats .315 with 1 homer against left-handed pitching in 94. So the dice are set. We're all ready to go. And this 1994 season restart is underway. And it's an 8, and it starts with a tough. It's a 54, and that is a strikeout. As Tom Glavine wastes no time getting a quick strikeout. The next batter will be Steve Finley. Finley will then come up. He went ahead and he batted .204 with 1 homer against left-handed, so it's lefty on lefty for Tom Glavine and Finley. Here's the pitch, and this is a 10. It's a tough. It's a 57, and this one is hit a fly ball to left field. Getting under this one will be Klesko. He will get there in time and make the catch. 2 down. And that will bring up Hall of Famer Craig Biggio. This guy was so consistent throughout pretty much his entire career. It's no wonder he got in. Batted .294, no home runs against left-handed. No home runs against left-handers. Okay, against Tom Glavine, but Craig Biggio definitely. And no, I don't know if there's any garbage can banging. I'm not hearing any yet. This is in Atlanta. This is not in Houston. So this isn't the Astrodome. But then again, there might be a garbage can banging someplace. Here's the pitch to Biggio. This is a 5. It's a patient. It's a 48, and Biggio will draw the 2-out walk. It's ball 4. A 2-out walk for Biggio. He goes to first, and with 2 outs, it brings up this guy, Jeff Bagwell. If you could take a look at his, I'll make it a little bit easier for you to see the card. Unfortunately, the focus is just not good with this camera. Never has been. But 457 against lefties and 18 home runs. And if you look at that left-handed pitching, you will see it's a 1-96 on a home run in a wheelhouse. Jeff Bagwell, absolute beast. That's all I got to say. Absolute beast. And Tom Glavine knows how good he can hit. So I'm expecting some big things from Bagwell. But there are 2 outs and a runner is on first. Biggio, of course, is not stealing. So let's see what happens. Here's the pitch to Bagwell. It's a 10. It's a tough. It's a 62. And that one is a fly ball. But it's hit to shallow right field. Justice will get under that one, and he will make the catch and retire the side. So no runs and no hits, but a walk. As Tom Glavine pitches a nice inning to start the 1994 season back on the right foot for the Braves. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. It will be Deion Sanders batting first. Jeff Blauser will bat second. Ryan Klesko will bat third. Fred McGriff will bat fourth. David Justice fifth. Terry Pendleton sixth. Javi Lopez is seventh. Mark Lemke will bat eighth. And Tom Glavine, the pitcher, will be batting ninth. Defensively for Houston, we've got Bagwell at first base. Biggio, of course, is at second. Nowhere else. I can't think of anywhere else to put. I can't think of anywhere else to put the man. Shortstop is Cedeno. And right third base is Ken Caminetti. In left field, you got a young Luis Gonzalez. Center field, you have Steve Finley. Right fielder is Mouton. The catcher, Scott Service, behind the plate. And on the mound for the Astros will be Doug Drabek. Drabek, let's see here. 12 wins, 6 losses, a 2.84 ERA. There were not many pitchers that were under 3 in 1994 when the season started. He was one of them. 121 strikeouts. He only averaged giving up less than a home run a game. Doug Drabek, definitely one of the better pitchers in that season. So, I mean, there were not many pitchers under 3 that year. Drabek was one of them. So bottom half of the first inning, leading off for the Braves, will be Deion Sanders. Drabek is a right-hander. He batted .319 with 3 home runs against right-handed pitching in 94. And that is right. Suzuki's wheelhouse is pretty good, too, as well there, Hammer Time. That's true. Al Red Sox fan, it is always an honor for you to join me, sir. The King of the Hill is here. So I must bow to the king. He is the best, people. His baseball is incredible. And I'm not much of a boxing fan, but I'll tell you, listening to him do Glory Days boxing is so much fun. Here's the pitch to Sanders to start the bottom half of the first inning. It is an 8 on Drabek. It's a patient. It's a 19. And Sanders is going to draw the first walk for the Braves. So he goes to first. So Sanders gets a walk. It's an 8. His steal rating is an 8, as a matter of fact. So I will take a look and see if he gets a jump, even though I really don't want to utilize the auto stealing. But let's see if he gets a jump here. Deion Sanders got great speed. His steal is an 8, and he's a C compared to Scott Service's arm, which is a 4. Or actually, I'm sorry, the Drabek's hold is a 9. So it's his hold rating is pretty weak. That was one thing he had problems with, was holding runners on. So Sanders is an 8. Let's see what he gets here. And it's a 0 to 84 he attempts. It's a 74. He will go. So there goes Sanders with a steal. And it's a C and a 4. And that is a very good. So here's the throw, and Sanders is safe at second base with a stolen base. So Sanders, with that speed, steals second. And already the Braves start with a man at second base after a steal. Big play there to get things underway. So Sanders on at second. And now the batter for the Braves will be Jeff Blauser. Batted .254, 5 home runs against right-handers for 94 Braves. You're watching Reopening Day, 1994 season restart. Here's the pitch to Blauser. And this is a 12. That's ballpark 36. And he's a right-hander. It just misses the wheelhouse. That's in play. It's a 36, and that one is going to be a popped it up. He got under it. Oh, boy, popped it up. Caminetti is going to call for it. He will make the catch. It's a pop out to third, 1 down. Oh, wow, did he miss that? Oh, did he miss that one? Deion Sanders, it's infield fly. He has to hold it second and still one out. But now, well, I should say now there is 1 out. Coming up now for Atlanta will be Ryan Klesko, batted .283, 17 home runs against right-handers. He's a lefty, and all 17 of his home runs in 94 were against right-handed pitching. He did not hit a single homer against lefties. But Drabek is a right-hander, so let's see what they do here. Here's the pitch. That is a 7. That's an in play. It's a 19, and that one is belted. That's going to be a base hit for Klesko, and the fans automatically get in here. That is an opposite field liner into left field. Runner on second advances 1 base. Klesko will go to first. Sanders going to third. Going to third, he's got a great run rating. It's an 8, and that ball was hit. That ball was hit to left field, and that is Gonzalez. His arm rating is a 7. But I'm trying to think if I can send him. I think I can from second base with that running ability. I think you do. I think I do here. Let me just see here. When a batter hits a single or double. No, I'm going to hold him. He's going to hold. It wasn't hit deep enough. Sanders will be held at third base. So still 1 out. But a base hit for Klesko. He does not score Sanders, even with his speed. Even with his speed, it was cut off very quickly by Gonzalez. But now runners at the corners at 1 out. And that will bring up a certain crime dog named Fred McGriff. McGriff against the right-handers, 333, 24 home runs against right-handed pitching in 94. Fred McGriff was another big guy that can definitely send the ball over the wall. The Houston Astros will play back. They'll concede the run, going for the double play. 1 out. Here's the pitch to McGriff from Drabek. This is an 8. That's a patience, a 19, and he will walk Fred McGriff. So Drabek already in his first outing here, maybe the 26 years of no baseball. Maybe it worn him down. I don't know. It has been 26 years since 94, right? I think I got my math right. So they walk Fred McGriff, and now the bases are loaded. There's no place to put this guy coming up next, and it will be David Justice. And the fans here in Atlanta are enjoying it already. Bases loaded, only 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. And Doug Drabek for Houston already in some trouble. Justice batting .326, 15 homers against right-handers. Another ball killer. Bases loaded, no place to put Justice. They will still play for the double play. Justice's double play rating is a 7. Drabek's is an 8, so they got a good chance. Here's the play. Here's the pitch. It's a 2. It's in the wheelhouse. 93. He will not get under it. It's a ground ball. I don't believe he's gonna get out of the inning. It's a ground ball to second base. His double play rating is a 7. Drabek's double play rating is an 8. Ground ball to second. Throws to short for 1. Back to first for 2. Double play. And Doug Drabek gets out of the inning. Oh boy, and the Braves fans here can't believe it. A 2 in the wheelhouse, but a 93 makes it a ground ball to second as Justice does the worst thing he could have done, and playing for the double play worked, and the inning is over. No run, and maybe they should have sent him, I don't know, but no runs, 1 hit. One hit. 1 inning in the books already. It's Astros nothing, Braves nothing. Timeout as I do a quick reset. David Justice is just upset with himself in the dugout, the Braves dugout. He knew he had a good chance, and he goes ahead and grounds out into a 4-6-3 with 1 out, and the Astros get out of the inning. We go to the top of the second. Tom Glavine back on the mound for the Braves. And leading off for Houston will be this guy, Ken Caminetti, another pretty good baseball player. Batted 266 with 5 home runs against lefties. So Tom Glavine has to get on the mound, thinking maybe there could have been a big chance there for Atlanta to get out real quick. But Houston makes the play. Here's the pitch to Caminetti to start the second. This is a 5. It's a patient. It's a 31, and Caminetti belts this one. This is going to go all the way to the wall into the left field corner. Caminetti rounding first. He'll make it to 2 easily. That is a leadoff double for Caminetti. He will hold at second base with the double as he hit that into left field. Klesko throws that back in, and now the leadoff man at second base, and the batter will be Luis Gonzalez. Gonzalez in 1994, 267 average with a home run against lefties. So Caminetti on at second base. And here's the pitch from Glavine. And this is a 9. That's a tough. It's a 97, and that one's a fly ball to right field. Getting under this one will be Justice. He will make the catch, 1 out. And Caminetti will hold at second base. 1 man down. And that will bring up Scott Service. Yes, I know, really. And I heard he was an awesome human being too. So that's why we go ahead and give. So if that was for you there, Ken, that double was for you. Here's Scott Service. He comes up to bat now, batting 254 with 2 homers against lefties in 94. But now 1 out, and the pitch from Glavine. That is an 8. That's a tough. That is a 55. Oh, and Service, he's going to miss that one too. That's a fly ball to right field. Justice will get under that one as well, and he will make the catch. That's the 2nd out. Base runners galore for both teams so far, but nobody can get him in. 2 men down now, and now coming up for Houston will be Andujar Cedeno. Batted 287 with 3 home runs against lefties in 1994. So far, the leadoff double has not heard yet, but Glavine's still settling down. Not one of Glavine's best years. He only had a 3.97 ERA when the season came to a halt in 94. So here's the pitch to Cedeno. And that is a 4. That's a patient. It's a 70, but he will get out of this one. It's grounded to short. It's grounded to second. Lemke's up with it, throws to first, and the Braves get out of the little jam. So the leadoff double does not hurt the Braves. And the Astros strand another base runner. It is no runs on a hit. Bottom half of inning number 2 coming up here between the Astros and the Braves to start here this wonderful reopening day restart here for 1994. A season I still think doesn't get much love. I mean, a lot of people, when it comes to strike years, I see a lot of people always playing 1981. I understand 81 was a great season. I think it was. It truly was. The Dodgers and Yankees, the Cardinals actually had the best record in the National League East, but because they didn't win the first or second half, they didn't get in. The 81 season is great, but everyone seems to forget we did have another one, but we didn't finish it. That's the thing, I guess. I guess because that year wasn't finished, nobody cares. Well, guess what? I care. Joe Bryan cared from Payoff Pitch. He made a 94 season, so I'm going to play it out. Leading off for Atlanta will be Terry Pendleton. Pendleton batted 241 with 6 home runs against right-handers in 1994. Here's the pitch from Drabek. Let's see what we got here. It's a 5. That's a tough. That's a 44. And that one is grounded right to first. Bagwell will take this one. He'll tag the bag himself. 1 out. So the bottom of the 2nd inning starts with a ground out, and that will bring up Javi Lopez. A young Javi Lopez, 24 years old. He batted 264 with 8 home runs against right-handers in 94. I think Javi Lopez was an underrated catcher. I really felt that I really felt that Javi Lopez was a lot better than some people gave him credit for. I think it was great. I think it was always a pain in the butt to the other teams. Here's the pitch from Drabek. And that is going to be a leaner. It's fouled away. Strike one. Anytime a dice looks like it's a leaner to me, I will go ahead and re-roll. So no balls and a strike. That's an 8. That's a patient. It's a 91, and that one's grounded to short. That'll be an easy play for Cedeno. He throws to first. 2 down. And that will bring up Mark Lemke, kind of like an unsung hero for the Braves. Not many people remember Bleacher Bums Gaming. Thank you, BBG. I absolutely love your Fergie Jenkins replays. You're the man. You are also another one of the reasons why I chose Payoff Pitch as my main game. Mark Lemke batted .294 with no home runs against right-handed pitching in 94. He also batted the same average against lefties as well. I always felt Mark Lemke was a little bit of an underrated player. I actually like this guy. And thank you, yes sir. Yes sir. I thank you very much for the setup. I had to get the right pieces I want for the setup to work. Here's the pitch for Lemke from Drabek. That's a 7. That's going to be in play. And yes, Lemke's going to get himself a base hit. He hits that one into right center field. And that is going to get picked up by Mouton. He'll throw that ball in. And Lemke's at first with a 2-out single. He gets himself a base hit. But now that will bring up Tom Glavine, the pitcher. Glavine uses pitcher batting card number 9. So he's capable. He can hit the ball. So we'll see what he's doing here. Mark Lemke, however, is not running. So he's going to stay at first. 2 outs here. Bottom of the second inning. No score on this reopening day between the Astros and the Braves. Sneak preview of what's coming up. We got the Blue Jays and the Yankees tomorrow. The Rangers will play the Royals on Sunday. Here's the pitch to Glavine. That's a 7. That's an in-play on Drabek, 93. But that's just a weak fly ball to left field. Getting under it will be Gonzalez. And he will get under it easily, and he'll pop out a pack of chewing gum. He'll put a piece of gum in his mouth. He'll stick his hand out, blop, and the ball just falls in the glove side, retired. I don't know if exactly that's how he did it, but that's just how I'm going to say he did. So Glavine flies out, and that will do it there. So no runs, but there was a hit. But we got no score at the end of 2. Astros nothing, Braves nothing. We're going to go to the top of the 3rd inning. Remember, I will be taking a little commercial break, in between the 3rd inning, and of course during the 7th inning. After the 7th inning stretch, we'll come back, and you're going to literally see me roll for the background for the 10-minute ticker. I want you to see the guys these games unfold in front of you. Okay. No AIs, as I said, no Stratomatic, no action PC baseball, no out of the park, no inside pitch, no replay baseball. Forget about it. The dice is all going to be done. Jester! Oh, it's so good to see you. So good to see you, Jester. Welcome. We go to the top of the 3rd inning, and Doug Drabek will lead off for the Astros here on the top of the 3rd. And Drabek, good hitter, uses pitcher hitting card number 11, so he's very capable also. We got two good hitting pitchers here with Doug Drabek and Tom Glavine. So no score here as we're at the top of the 3rd. Let's see what Drabek can do. Here's the pitch from Glavine. This is a 10. It's a tough, and we all know what that means. That is a strikeout. 1 down. Very quick and very done there. We have one out, and that will bring up James Mouton for Houston. He struck out his last time up. Glavine sets and deals. And he sets a 7. It's in play. It's a 19, and Mouton's going to get himself a base hit. He rips that one into right field. Coming over to get it is Justice. He'll throw it in, and the Astros got a man on with 1 out. A lot of people don't remember. 1994 was a very offensive year. There were not many pitchers that had ERAs under 3. Drabek was one of them for Houston. This was definitely this was definitely a tough year for pitchers in 94. It's too bad this season was never finished. And one of my preseason games I did this week, thank you very much, BBG. I would absolutely love it. Thank you very much. I'm honored you would say that to me. The one thing I did was a Padres-Mariners preseason game, and I went ahead and threw Tony Gwynn out there. You know Tony Gwynn was batting .394 in the middle of August? It is so bad. He had a really good chance to get to 400. James Mouton on at first base. His steal rating is a 6, but the dice came up a 7, so he will hold. I will not roll for a jump. And coming up the bat now for Houston will be Steve Finley. Finley he flew out his last time up, I believe. And here's the pitch from Glavine. And we got an 11. It's ballpark 12. That's wheelhouse. It's hit to Steve Finley's wheelhouse. It's a 76. And that's just going to be a lazy fly ball to center field. Getting under that one will be Sanders. Dion gets under it, puts it away for the second out. Oh, that was another close one here at Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium. And that will now bring up Craig Biggio. Biggio walked his last time up, so he has no official record at the moment. 2 outs. Mouton on it first. I like to think Bob Costas is actually my favorite announcer, but I do like Dick Stockton. I think he was terrific. Mouton on it first. Biggio at the plate. 2 outs now. Let's see what he can do. Here's the pitch. That's a 7. That's an in play. It's a 99. Not a chance. Plop that ball into left. Plop that ball into left field. Coming over for it will be Klesko, and he will just sit down on the ground, put out his glove, and blop, and the ball just falls into it, and the inning is over. Another base runner stranded by the Astros, and retires a side. So again, no runs but a hit. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3, still scoreless between the Astros and the Braves in this reopening day here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium for 1994. Top of the batting order for the Braves, here's Deion Sanders. Sanders walked his last time up, so he has no official at bat. And now Doug Drabek will toe the mound. Here's the pitch. And it's a 4. It's ballpark 13. And that's going to be in wheelhouse, of course. Let's see. Crack. Yep, this one is hit high. This one is hit deep. Count it, people. It's out of here. And the fans here in Atlanta are loving it. Deion Sanders, an 0-1, absolutely no doubt, blasts this one. And that one reached the upper deck. Matter of fact, somebody get me a telescope. I think that ball is still going. Deion Sanders blasts a home run. It's a ballpark home run, but it counts either way. Right off of Drabek. And that ball is still going. He did hit 3 home runs off of right-handed pitching in 94, but this one he got a hold of. And the Braves draw first blood 1-0 as Deion Sanders gets that one, and he sent that one out of here. And Doug Drabek, I mean, it's ballpark, so Atlanta Fulton County Stadium blew that one out. And Sanders being a lefty, that was just no doubt that was gone. It will bring up Jeff Blauser. Blauser popped up his last time up. Doug Drabek's got to shake off the homer and get back to business. Here's the pitch. This is an 8. It's a patient. It's a 72. And that one is flown out again to center field. Only this one getting under it will be Steve Finley. He'll make the catch. 1 out. So 1 man down now. The fans here are still loving that home run, showing replays over on a scoreboard. I can't say Jumbotron because it really didn't have Jumbotrons, I think, really yet back in 94. Of course, they could have been experimental at the time. Here's Ryan Klesko. Klesko singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Here's the pitch from Drabek. That's a 7. That's in play. That's going to be a 50. That one is grounded to third. That's a nice play by Caminetti. He's got it. Throws across the diamond to get out Klesko. Klesko actually does run pretty decently, but he will be out by a couple of steps. 2 outs. And that will bring up the crime. That will bring up the crime dog. And yes, Sanders would be high stepping around third to home. Absolutely hammer time. He would be doing that. Yes, he would. They'd probably saying, I don't want to play no football. I think baseball's more fun. Here's Fred McGriff. He walked his last time up, so he has no official at bat. The crime dog. 24 home runs against right-handers, but 2 outs now. Here's the pitch from Drabek. This is a 3. It's a patient. It's a 65, and this one is grounded to short. Cedeno will get it. He will throw to first and retire the side. Well, 1 run on 1 big solo blast. I will take a very quick commercial break, but at the end of 3, it is the Braves 1 and the Astros nothing on reopening day. Be right back in a minute. I hope you guys don't mind when I do that. I mean, I know you guys are here to watch a stream. Some might just be listening. But sometimes at the end of every 3rd inning, I actually got to just go get myself a quick drink, and just wet the whistle a little bit. On the next one in the middle of 7th inning, of course, you're going to see the 10-minute ticker as we move this season forward to see who'll be playing in the playoffs. But anyway, we got a good game going on here in Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium, don't we? Top of the 4th inning, Braves leading 1-0 on the Astros. And this beast will get up. Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell flew out his last time up. But, left-handers, when they pitch to Glavine knows he's got to be very careful pitching to Bagwell, or this game's going to be tied very quickly. Glavine sets and deals. Here's the pitch. That's a 10. It's a tough. It's a 63. And Bagwell, that one's a fly ball to right field. Again, he sends it there. Justice will get under it. He will make the catch. 1 out. One man down, and that will bring up Caminetti. Caminetti got a double his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Fans here in Atlanta enjoying a 1-0 lead. Tom Glavine's, even though 3.97 ERA and 94, but still very tough. Here's the pitch. It's a 7. That's an in play. That's a 91, and that's flown out to left field this time. Klesko will make that play, and we have 2 outs. This was a big series starting on August 12th, 94. A big series in the Astros and the Braves. Astros, half game behind the Reds. Braves, 6 behind the Expos in the National League East. Remember, there was no interleague play in 94, so everything is American League and National League. Here's Luis Gonzalez. He flew out his last time up. He's 0 for 1. We got 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's a 10. That's a tough. It's an 85. That one is grounded right to second base. Lemke's got it. Throws to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Glavine. Nothing across. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 4. Here comes Doug Drabek. Both these pitchers have fatigue ratings of 8. 90s baseball. 90s baseball still very much different from today's baseball. A lot of pitchers still went deep into games. All right, 90s baseball, they were still letting them pitch. Here's David Justice for Atlanta, and he grounded out to a big double play, which took a lot of runs off the board. David Justice, I know, wants to make up for that. Here's the pitch from Drabek. That's a 7. That's an in-play 32, and he will make up for that. That's a base hit. He hits that to left field. Coming over for it is Gonzalez. Justice will hold it first on a single. Single for Justice. Steal jump rating is a 3. It's a 7. He will not run. And that will bring up Terry Pendleton to bat. Pendleton grounded up his last time out. So already a man on first for the Braves with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch from Drabek. And this is an 8. That's a patient. It's an 81. And that one's a fly ball straight away center field. Getting under this one is Steve Finley. He will make the catch for the first out. 1 down. Justice still at first, and here's Javi Lopez. Lopez grounded out his last time up. Doug Drabek looks in, checks in with Service to get the sign. Justice not running. Here's the pitch. This is a 9. This is a tough. It's a 20, and that is a strikeout. 2 down. Doug Drabek still very capable of getting the Ks. He had 121 of them in 94. 2 men out now. The batter is Mark Lemke. Lemke got a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Justice on it first. Still not running. Here's the pitch. And that is a 4. That's ballpark 74. That's going to be in play. The roll's a 98, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. Lemke got under it. Getting under it is going to be Gonzalez. He will make the catch, and the inning is over. Kind of like the game I expected between 2 pretty good pitchers. No runs and a hit. 4 in the books. It's still Braves 1, Astros nothing. Two very good pitchers in Doug Drabek and Mark Lemke. As I said, not many pitchers were under 3 ERA in 94. Drabek was one of them. Glavine was flirting with 4 ERA. He was not having one of his better years. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Scott Service leading off for Houston. What did he do his last time? Oh, he flew out his last time up. Here's the pitch to Service from Glavine. That's a 9. That's a tough. It's a 30. It's a 37. And Service is going to belt this one. He hits this through the infield. That's going to be at least 2. It's going to roll. It's definitely going to roll to the wall in right center field. Service going for 2. He'll make it. It's a double. He fights off a tough pitch from Glavine, and he's got it. And that's his first hit of the game. Leadoff double again for Houston, but the Astros have had that a couple of leadoff hits, but have been unable to score. So Service holds at second base, and the batter now is Andujar Cedeno. No sacrifice attempt. They'll let him swing. Service not running. I don't think he would anyway. So now we'll see what Glavine has. Here's the pitch from Glavine. This is a 6. It's a tough. It's a 10, and that is a swing and a miss on Cedeno, and he struck him out, 1 down. That is a big strikeout because that brings up the pitcher. And Doug Drabek, and it's a 6, and he will attempt to, let's see, his sacrifice rating is an A. He will attempt to sacrifice. So Drabek will sacrifice. Here's the sacrifice bunt, and he misses it. He'll try. He misses it, and he'll try again. It is a miss. And he'll try again. Here's the pitch again. That one is good. He goes ahead, bunts the ball. It's a beautiful bunt. And he'll be thrown out at first. Service will go to third, but there's now 2 outs. But the sacrifice works. Service on at third base. Top of the batting order now for Houston with James Mouton. Mouton is 1 for 2, struck out and singled. Tom Glavine gets the sign. He knows a pitch to Mouton Mouton can definitely hit. He batted .315 against lefties in '94. That's why he's in this lineup. Here's the pitch from Glavine. It's a 7, and that's going to be in play. It's a 31, and Mouton's going to get a base hit. He will tie the game up. He hits that one to left field. Klesko coming over it. He'll just toss to second. Mouton safe at first. Service will score, and we have a tie game at 1. James Mouton with a big single. And the batter will be Steve Finley. Mouton, a steal jump of 6. It's a 7. He will not run. 2 outs. Here's Finley. Mouton on at first. Now tied at 1. Here's the pitch from Glavine. This is a 6. It's a tough. It's a 39. And that is a strikeout. And the inning is over. But a run scores on 2 hits for Houston. When we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning, we're now tied at 1. As James Mouton actually comes through for the Astros. It will be Tom Glavine leading off for Atlanta. Glavine flew out his last time up. I got the scoreboard from, this is the same scoreboard that Appa Brian uses, because I actually, believe it or not, I actually watch his Appa games pretty much religiously in the morning, because his games are always the first thing I see in the morning. I get up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I get my coffee. I mean, I'm not working still, but, you know, I get my coffee and I sit down and I watch a game from him. Watching Appa Brian's games are great. And Appa's a game I'm actually still thinking of getting a copy of, because the one thing I do like about it, it seems to be seamless in some ways, even though I prefer the pitcher-batter confrontation. I'm thinking about it still. I don't know. We'll see. Doug Drabek here, bottom half of the 5th inning, will pitch to Glavine. But I'm sorry, I didn't answer your question. He actually, if you go to Appa Brian, you'll go ahead and see you'll see a link, not a link, but the website he got his scoreboard from. But I actually got this from eBay because it actually belongs in a bucket of baseball players, of toy baseball players. But the guy was just selling the scoreboard by itself. So I was lucky to get it that way. And I took off the top here and taped it so I could put some things there, so I could put the logos on again. So eBay has it available in a eBay has it available. Okay, so yes, you can get that from him. So try eBay or also try Appa Brian. He'll tell you exactly where he got it. I'm sorry, I didn't answer your question. Now I did. Here's the pitch from Drabek to Glavine. He leads off the bottom of the fifth. It's an 8. It's a patient. It's a 51. And that one is going to be a fly ball to right field. And getting under this one will be Mouton. He makes the catch, 1 out. So at least Glavine got a hold of it. Top of the batting order, here's Deion Sanders, and the fans are going ahead and giving him a standing ovation after that big blast. And trust me, that was a big blast. When you roll an 0-1 in wheelhouse, that ball was hit hard and way gone. So Sanders will get another chance, although that was a ballpark home run, ballpark wheelhouse, though. Here's the pitch from Drabek. That's a 7. It's in play, 74. He won't get it this time. That's a deep fly ball to center field. But it will be Finley getting under this one. He'll make the catch for the second out. Joe Bryan is talking on Facebook that he's going to update the playing field for payoff pitch. He wants to put it back in there. He might want to put a scoreboard on the field and maybe use some spin down dice in order to make for a scoreboard. I actually think it'd be great. I would love to see what he does. I think Joe Bryan is beginning to really more get into his game. And like you said, and Bleacher Bums, you did go ahead and order the 1921 season. So did I. I also have that coming as well, plus a few others. I'm almost done getting all the seasons he has. He needs to reprint 2012 and 2014, he told me, and he says he's going to do it soon. And then he's going to work on my favorite season, 1986. Here's Jeff Blauser. He'll bat next. There's now 2 outs. And Blauser is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. That's in the wheelhouse. It's a 36, and Blauser is going to just get under it, but it will sneak through up the middle, and that will be a base hit. A 36, and it will be a single for Blauser. He gets in there, and he will hold it first. Oh, that was right there, and he just got it off the end of the bat, but it was enough to swing it through up the middle. Straight away center field as Finley tosses it back in. 2 outs now. Blauser a steal rating of 3, but with an F as a steal rating, I just can't see him running here. And although I am using the jump, and it would mean, according to this, he would steal. He only had 1 stolen base. He's an F. I'll make the call on that. No, he ain't running. Not with 2 outs, and not when you got Ryan Klesko coming up. Here's Klesko. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. I don't know. I know he wants to do some more. Dead ball, but right now, 1914, according to what I read in the forums, that's not on his list at this moment. He wants to do 86. That's next. Okay, after he finishes a few things. 86 is next, and I think he wants to do 1963. Which he wants to do, which I really can't wait to see Sandy Koufax's card for that one. What's it going to be? Tough out, tough out, tough out, tough out, tough out, tough out, tough, wheelhouse, maybe? I don't think wheelhouse is even on that card. So that, I think 1963 is next. He wants to do another 80s after, I think maybe 89. I'm not sure. He needs to do, or 2000. He needs to do a season from the 2000s. He has nobody from 2000, and I think the 2000 season would be nice with the Mets, Yankees, or maybe even 01 may even be better. 2 outs. Blauser on it first. Here's the pitch to Klesko. This is a 4, and that's ballpark also at 16. That's gonna be in the wheelhouse. Klesko 61, and he belts this one. Oh, we just missed a home run. 61 is going to be a double for Klesko. With a run rating of 8, Blauser will score all the way from first easily. I don't even have to pick a card for that. And the Braves are back in the lead, up 2-1. Ryan Klesko just goes ahead and hits that one. And he hit that one to straightaway center field on the wall, at the wall. That was a good shot, too. He just missed it. It missed a home run maybe by 6 inches. So Klesko gets his second hit of the game, and that's a double. It scores Blauser, and it's now 2-1 Braves. And the batter is Fred McGriff. Yeah, what would Walter Johnson's 1913 card look like? Exactly. Like I said, there are so many cards I'd love to see. I would like to see Bob Gibson's 1968. I would like to see Sandy Koufax's 63. I would like to see Barry. I would like to see Barry Bonds' card when he hits 70. I mean, really. I can only imagine how he'll do it. And he says he wants to do a season one season a month or two. So but give him the time. I think his system is one of the best right now. Klesko on at second. McGriff at bat. Let's see. McGriff is 0 for 1. Grounded out and walked. Here's the pitch from Drabek. That's a 12. That's ballpark. That's 50. That's in the wheelhouse. McGriff, 92, but he will not get it. It's a ground ball to second base. Biggio's got it. Throws to first and ends the inning. Wow, another chance to get a run. But that one will not work. But the Braves do get a run on 2 hits. 1 man left. It's the Braves 2 and the Astros 1. In this reopening day here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Got a good matchup going on between Drabek and Glavine. We go to the 6th inning. I did find a scoreboard, an electronic scoreboard for my phone. I could put my phone here. I like this a little bit too much. And if I need to have more, I can always put dice in the squares. No big deal. I got some extras. Top of the 6th inning, Tom Glavine comes out to pitch. And leading off for the Astros will be Craig Biggio. Biggio has walked and flown out. Yes, I want to see what Root's card looks like too. He actually had to put a home run in the patient column. He had to in order to get that card to work. Here's the pitch to Biggio from Glavine. It's a 4. That's a patient. It's an 18. And Biggio gets ball 4. He will go to first. Leadoff walk for Biggio. His steal rating's a 5. It's a B. Yes, I will see if he gets a jump. His jump rating is a 5. Glavine's hold rating is a 7. So a 0 to 56, he attempts. 15, he does. There goes Biggio. He's going to try to steal. He's stealing on HOU Lopez. His arm is a 4. His arm is a 4, so it's going to be a B4. It's excellent. Here's the throw to second base, and he is safe, and just barely. Just barely. It was out all the way down the rest of the card. Safe is the only way. If he was excellent, it's the only way he gets there. Craig Biggio is safe at second base, stolen base. Wow. That was close. Just barely got under the tag. Great throw from HOU Lopez. If that was not excellent, he's out. And now with a runner at second base, the batter is Jeff Bagwell. Hammer time. Take care, my friend. It was a pleasure to have you join me. If you want to see how the game ends it, just watch it in replay. Nobody out, but now Biggio on at second base. So here's the pitch from Glavine to Bagwell. And that's an 8. That's a tough. It's a 59. And Bagwell grounds this one to third. Biggio's run rating is an 8. Is a run rating of 8. He will throw to first as Biggio has to hold because it was grounded to third. So the throw goes to first. Bagwell is out, 1 down. He cannot run. He cannot go to third base on that. I know sometimes we have a little bit of issues with grounders, but since the ball was hit to third, there's no way Biggio would run. He'd just be tagged out. So 1 out, and here's Ken Caminetti. Caminetti doubled and flew out. He's 1 for 2. A big run for Houston at second base. Top of the 6th inning. Braves 2, Astros 1, reopening day. Take care, BBG. I'll see you later. Pleasure. Here's the pitch to Caminetti. That's a 5. That's a patient. It's an 85, and that one's a ground ball to shortstop. He will get it. He will throw to first for the out. 2 down. And Biggio again has to hold at second base. Wow, a big double. And now 2 ground outs, and Biggio cannot advance. And now the batter is Gonzalez. Gonzalez flew out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. Tom Glavine trying to get this done. Trying to get out of the inning after a leadoff double by Biggio. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. That's an 8. That's a tough. It's a 29. And Gonzalez is caught looking at strike 3. Side retired. Gonzalez thought that was outside, but it painted the black. And after giving up a leadoff double, the Astros are unable to get a run in. Tom Glavine is pitching like he usually does. Although, as I said, in '94 he was a little bit off, but he's pitching. Maybe the 26 years off did him some good. Still 2-1 Braves. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. Doug Drabek comes out for the Astros. Here comes David Justice. He leads off. He is 1 for 2. Grounded into a double play and singled. Here's the pitch from Drabek. This is a 6. It's a tough. It's a 93, and this one's grounded to second. Coming on for it is Biggio. He's got it. Throws to first. 1 out. And that will bring up Terry Pendleton. Pendleton is 0 for 2 as well. Grounded out and flew out. The pitch from Drabek. This is an 8. It's a patient. It's a 40. And Pendleton, I just missed it. That's a ground ball right back to Drabek. He's got it. Throws to first. 2 outs. And that was a close one. A 40 and a patient, a 39 would have gotten him a hit. He's out. Grounded right back to Drabek, who's actually an excellent fielder. His rating is an A. 2 outs now for Javi Lopez. Lopez grounded out and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And it's a 6. That's a tough. It's a 36. And Lopez, however, does get up this bat on the ball, and he sends this one right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Lopez. 2 out single. He sends that into center field. Finley cuts it off, throws it back in. Lopez holds it first. And now the batter is Mark Lemke. Lemke singled and flew out. He's 1 for 2. Drabek checks in, and now the pitch. This is an 8. It's a patient. It's a 63, and that one is flown out into right field. Getting under that one will be James Mouton. He has all night. Puts his glove out, and the ball just falls into it. Blop, and the inning is over. A base runner stranded. So no runs, but 1 hit. 6 innings in the books. It is still Atlanta 2, Houston 1. We go to the top of inning number 7. Tom Glavine comes back out again. Do a quick shuffle of the fact deck, which I do after every 3 innings. Many baseball games be played. As I said, I will mostly be choosing games where teams were in playoff positions. I really don't want to play many games where a team was already pretty much out of it. More fun to be playing teams that are in it. but you may see some teams against some bad teams against some good teams. So who knows what we'll be choosing. I will also say I will also do my best. A baseball week is considered Monday through Sunday. I will do my best not to duplicate teams. You will see 14 different teams every week. Want to get around the league, American and National League. Top of the 7th, Atlanta leads Houston 2-1. Tom Glavine back on the mound. Leading off for the Astros will be Scott Service. He doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 2 and scored. Here's the pitch from Glavine. And this is a 7 that's in play. It's a 90, and that one is a fly ball to left field. Getting under that one will be Klesko. And he puts it away, 1 down. That will bring up Andujar Cedeno. He's 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out. Glavine kicks and deals. It's a 6. It's a tough. It's a 50. It's a 59. And Cedeno gets a hold of this one, and that's going to be hit well. That one is hit into the right field corner. Cedeno going for 2. He will make it. And Cedeno has himself a double. He gets a hold of this one. Another double by the Astros and a man on second. I am scoring the game by hand, but I'm not using any programs. I'm not going to be keeping stats. The only thing I'm keeping is wins and losses for the other teams and this one. Okay, and of course the game I play, and that's it. I don't have really time for that, but you're going to see, I'm in the 7th inning, so stick around. You're going to see exactly how the background will work. You're going to see it offhand because I want you to see what happens in the background of the games I don't play for that day. Andujar Cedeno, though, at second base, another double given up by Glavine. He's given up 3 of those today, but the thing about it is they haven't been able to get any runs in except for 1 on a single by Mouton. The batter now is Doug Drabek with 1 out. We're in the 7th inning. Question, do you take Drabek out to pinch hit right now? Drabek's only given up 2 runs. Tough thing here. That's why National League Baseball is so much more interesting sometimes. Do you take Drabek out? You got it. What are we in the 7th inning? Drabek's pitched beautifully. You know what? That'll be it for Doug Drabek. He's done. They're going to bring in a pinch hitter. If Cedeno didn't get on, I would not have done him. So that will be it for Drabek, as he is done. And going on to bat against Tom Glavine is going to be Tony Eusebio. He will come on and pinch hit. Tony Eusebio will pinch hit against Tom Glavine. Batted .426 against lefties in 1994. So Cedeno on at second base as Drabek is done. He can only leave. He can get the win if the Astros take the lead in this inning. But 1 out. Cedeno on at second. Eusebio pinch hitting against Glavine. Here's the pitch. And it's a 7. It's in play. It's a 90. And it's a ground ball to shortstop. They will go ahead and pick it up. He'll throw to first. 2 outs. And Cedeno has to hold. Wow. Two men down, as again Houston just can't get the runner past second base. But now the batter is James Mouton, who actually was able to do that his last time up with a base hit. Stay. So here's Mouton. I give up. Unbelievable, right? So here's Mouton. Mouton is 2 for 3, 2 singles, and scored and brought in an RBI. So Tom Glavine again's got to get Mouton out if he can get him. But 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. I know I was thinking about bunting him over, but you know what? You have a couple of batters on your bench that can bat well against Glavine. With a 426, a guy with a 426 average against lefties, I thought the odds were my favorite as Glavine just got him out. Here's the pitch to Mouton. Here's the play. It's a 6. That's a tough. It's a 36, and that is a strikeout. Tom Glavine again prevents a base runner from second getting any further than that. Wow. And the inning is over. So no runs on one hit. We're at the 7th inning stretch. I will take a quick break. So 7th inning stretch. Everyone take me out to the ball game. Atlanta Braves 2, Houston Astros 1. Give me about a minute or two, people. Thank you. Welcome back here to Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium. The Braves lead the Astros 2-1 in reopening day. Now we're about to check out the 10-minute ticker. So here's how we do this. This is part of the schedule. Part of the schedule for remaining as scheduled games that were supposed to be played in 1994. You can get these from Rombo's Baseball Sim Research site. That's where you can get these schedules from. He has schedules for pretty much every season. And before I did this, I wanted to see first if I can get a handle copy of the schedule, and I did. So here's what we do. On Friday, August 12th, you can see, let me get my pen here. You can see that these are remaining games. We are playing Houston and Atlanta here. Boston played Baltimore, California has Detroit, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Chicago, and so on. Joe Bryan did create a quick results chart for pretty much a lot of the seasons, but not all of them. I wasn't exactly sure if I got his formula down right, but I think I'm close. So I created my own 1994 payoff pitch quick results chart. I could have used a fast score from maybe from Replay Baseball. They got something like that. History Maker Baseball has something like that. There actually is a like a paper simulator also available from Baseball Sim Research. But the problem was no more games in 1994 were created, so I couldn't use them. So we use the 1990. I will use, since I'm using Payoff Pitch Baseball, I'm going to use Payoff Pitch Quick Results charts. So I created one for the American League and the National League. Every team is given a letter grade, depending on the record they're at and what it is. You roll a two-sided dice, two six-sideds. The favorite team, the matchups is always A, B, A, C, A, D, and A, F. The favorite team is always the higher letter grade. They're favored. If the roll goes under the favored column, they get a win, and I will go ahead and highlight it. If the underdog wins, the other team gets the win. And of course, you have same grades over here. So let's see what we get here as we'll go ahead and do this. I hope I get the room. So here's what we got, and I got a highlighter. So let's see what's up. We'll do the American League games first. So first up is Boston at Baltimore. Boston is a D-rated team, 54-61. Baltimore was 63-49. They were a B. So we go to BD. We roll. It's a 5, which falls under 2-7 favored. So Baltimore will beats Boston tonight. California at Detroit. Detroit was a D. Detroit is a D. California's an F. So it's DF. It's a 6. And that's won by Detroit, so Detroit will beat California tonight. Milwaukee at Cleveland. Cleveland was an A. Very good. They were 66-47. They were right behind the White Sox. We'll be seeing them soon. They play Milwaukee. The Brewers are a D. So when this is A versus D, it's a 3, and that's won by Cleveland. The White Sox host Minnesota. The Twins are a D. The White Sox are an A. We'll see the White Sox a lot too, I think, this year. It's an AD. It's a 5. That's won by the White Sox. So far, the favorite teams are winning, pretty much as they should. Seattle plays Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Seattle plays Oakland. Oakland is an F. But look at the Rangers. The Rangers had one of the worst records, and they were leading the American League West. What an awful division that was in 94. But Oakland's only a half game back, so who knows? Only a game back, so let's see what happens here. Meanwhile, in this game, Seattle's at Oakland. It's D over F. This is a 6, and Oakland wins. Texas and Kansas City. It's B over D. Kansas City's a B. It's a 9, and that's won by the underdog, as the Rangers win that game. So that's the first time the underdog wins. Toronto and the Yankees. The Yankees are A. The Blue Jays are D. We'll see them tomorrow. That's a 7, A over D, and that's won by the Blue Jays. Actually, it's a C is what they, it's a D is what they are, yes. Okay. So that's it for the American League. Now we go to the National League. The Cubs are at the Dodgers. The Dodgers are favored. It's C over D. The Cubs are awful that year. It's a 10, C over D, and that's won by the Cubs. Cubs get a win over Los Angeles. Cincinnati, Colorado, B over D. The Reds were leading the National League Central. So what is that? That is B over D. And that's 7, and yes, that is won by Cincinnati. They get the win there. Houston and Atlanta was a B over B. We skipped that game because we're playing it. The Mets are at the Expos. The Expos were said they were the best team in baseball. It's a 2. That's an A over D, and the Expos do beat the Mets. Yeah. Philadelphia at St. Louis, D over F. That's an 8, and that is a win for Philadelphia. They beat the Cardinals. They get the win. The Pirates are at the Marlins, another awful team, but the Marlins, fair to them, this was only their second year. Pirates are a D over F. It's a 3, and that's a win by the Pirates. And finally, San Francisco plays San Diego. It's a D over F. The Giants are rated higher. It's a 9, and that one is won by the Padres. They get the win. And that's it. So you see our winners for tonight for Friday, August 12th. We'll be at the end. I'm not going to give I'll go ahead and input the standings. I'll change my standings on the score sheet that I have for it, and we'll go from there. That's what, if you guys don't really want to see that, I understand, but I actually want to show you guys the background so you're seeing how everything is unfolding in this season. I guess it's time to get back to our game, though. Atlanta Braves 2, Houston Astros 1, and I'll be doing that at 7th inning stretch every game. So, we got to get a pitcher, don't we? New pitcher coming out for the Astros. I guess we do need one. And coming out for the Astros is going to be Dave Veers. Dave Veers will now pitch for Houston here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dave Veers, 3 wins, 3 losses, a 2.41 ERA in 1994. He will come out and do the pitching to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Now, Tom Glavine leads off the bottom of the 7th. The Braves are going to let him bat. He can go one more inning, and he's doing well. So Tom Glavine will bat. They'll let him lead off and try to pitch the 8th. Or do we make a pinch hitter for him? I got to think about this for a minute. Tom Glavine, it's a 2-1 game. Do you want to go straight to setup? The Braves bullpen was kind of meh. No, I have Glavine. The Braves bullpen really wasn't that special. Let's see if Glavine can help us cause. Here's the pitch from Veers. It's an 8. It's an in play. It's a 17. And believe it or not, Tom Glavine's going to get himself a base hit. He does. Letting the pitcher bat does the job. Tom Glavine gets himself a single as he hits that one into right center field. Coming over to get that is going to be Finley. He throws it in. It's a base hit for Glavine. And the fans here in Atlanta are loving it. So Glavine on it first, not stealing, absolutely. And he will hold, and that will bring up Deion Sanders. Sanders is 1 for 2 today. Walked, homered, and flew out. Glad that you're seeing how the other results are being generated. You're going to see the season unfold behind me. No cheating. I'm not going to have the Mets. I'm a Mets fan. I'm not going to have my Mets suddenly go on a 30-game winning streak and win the division. We ain't doing that, okay? Plus, that Mets team in 94 was kind of mad. Although they were only 3 games under 500 when the season ended. They were not that bad. Here's Sanders. The pitch from Dave Veers. It's an 8. That's an in play. That's a 94. And that one is a fly ball to right field. Getting under that will be James Mouton. He makes the catch. 1 out. It was a well-hit ball, but not hit that deep. 1 man down, and the batter will be Jeff Blauser. Blauser singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Glavine's still on at first. Braves looking for some insurance. They know this Houston ball club can definitely score runs. Here's the pitch to Blauser. That's a 5. That's in play. 67. And that one is a ground ball to second base. Blauser's double play rating's an 8. Veers' double play rating's a 6. It's a 5. He's got it. Throws to short for 1. Back to first for 2. You got the 4-6-3 double play. Inning over. I'll be honest, I haven't had that many double plays. I've been playing in much of my games, but today I think I've hit into like 3 of them. Wow. Like I said, some games you just don't know. Inning over and side retired. No runs and a hit. 7 in the books. It's still Atlanta 2, Houston 1. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Tom Glavine, this will be his last inning no matter what, probably. You're going to go to your bullpen as they got Wohlers, I believe, warming up in there. But he's going to have to go through the heart of the order. Leading off for Houston will be Steve Finley. Finley is 0 for 3, though. Struck out twice and flew out. Tom Glavine trying to get through the 8th. He isn't as fatiguing, but he hasn't given up 3 runs. Here's the pitch to Finley. This is a 7. It's in play, 14, and that one is going to be a base hit for Steve Finley. He hits that one into left center field. Coming over to get that one is going to be Sanders. He gets it. He throws it in, but the Astros get the leadoff man on base. But so far, that's not been the problem. Getting men on base has not been the problem. It was getting him past second has been. Finley, a steal rating of 5. It's a 7. He will not run. Nobody out, and here's Craig Biggio. I remember watching a Mets game against Houston back in the late 80s, and I hear the name Craig Biggio, and I said, he looks like a decent player. I really didn't think much of this guy. I thought he wasn't going to be really going to amount to, I thought he'd be a solid player. Never in my mind did I ever think Craig Biggio would be a Hall of Famer. And yes, he deserves it. He is one. Finley on it first. Nobody out. Here's the pitch to Biggio. He's not sacrificing either. It's a 5. That's a patient. It's an 0-7. Biggio's going to draw the walk. So now, even though Glavine got the base hit in the last inning, maybe leaving him in is a problem. Now you got runners at first and second and nobody out. Action in the bullpen. And here comes that guy. Jeff Bagwell. Trust me, he's a beast. Runners at first and second. Jeff Bagwell at the plate now. And Javi Lopez is going to talk to Glavine for a minute. And Bagwell kills left-handed pitching, but I think they're good. I think you do go to the bullpen here. Yeah, you do. You can't. No. Runners at first and second, nobody out. You do. That's going to be it for Glavine. He's done. Glavine pitched very well, though. He can only leave with the win or a no decision. Atlanta's going to got to bring in a right-hander. You have to in this case. And believe it or not, well, geez, I don't know. I wish these cards had whip ratings on them. They're going to go to Steve Bedrosian. At 37 years old, Steve Bedrosian's going to come in. So they're going to go to Steve Bedrosian, who'll now come out for Atlanta. No wins, 2 losses, a 3.33 ERA, but he's got Tufts there, which is right now what they need. So Bedrosian will come in, but Glavine is responsible for the 2 runners. He will pitch to Bagwell, who batted .336 against right-handed pitching in '94. Runners at first and second. This is a big opportunity for the Astros. Bedrosian on the mound now. Bagwell at the plate. Let's see. Here's the pitch. It's a 12. It's ballpark. It's 28. Oh, boy. Yes, it's wheelhouse. Bagwell against righties. It's a 23, and it wouldn't have mattered, even if I don't think it would have mattered if it was. But it's a 23. Crack. This one is hit high. It is hit deep to right center field, and that one is definitely not coming back. Home run, Jeff Bagwell. The Astros take the lead. And the fans here can't believe it. And just for the heck of it, if I had Glavine in there, just for the heck of it, it was Glavine had wheelhouse at 12, it wouldn't have mattered. That's a home run no matter who was pitching. That's a ballpark wheelhouse. It wouldn't have mattered because it was a 28 And his home run rating against righties is a 1-71. Jeff Bagwell blasts a 3-run home run, and the Astros take the lead 4-2. And the fans here cannot believe it. Here in the top of the 8th inning, and still nobody out. Bagwell rounds the bases, gets high fives all the way around. As it wouldn't have mattered who was pitching. And the Astros jump out to a 4-2 lead. So you take out Glavine, you put in Bedrosian, he serves up a ballpark Frank, and Bagwell just blasts it into the grill. But it wouldn't have mattered because Glavine was a wheelhouse, would have been his wheelhouse, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway. That ball was going out of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, no matter who was pitching in that case. Wow, Jeff Bagwell, what a blast. 4-2 Astros, and the batter is Ken Caminiti. And like I said, these regular season games, they could matter when I get to the playoffs. And the fans here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium are just dumbfounded. They can't believe it. Table Stop Sports Delaware. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I got some baseball. I hope you came in time to see the blast. Here's the pitch to Caminiti. Caminiti is 1 for 3, flew out and grounded out. Here's the pitch from Bedrosian. It's in play. It's a 46. And that one is popped up in the infield. Coming over for get that one is going to be Jeff Blauser. He makes the catch, 1 out on a pop out to short. Here's Luis Gonzalez. He now bats. He's 0 for 3. Remember, my first schedule for this year, we got the Blue Jays and the Yankees tomorrow, and I got the Rangers and the Royals on Sunday. I will post the schedule for the week in the Tabletop Sports and the Payoff Pitch Facebook group, and you'll see the schedule with, of course, the lineups. But I'm not going to post, but when I post my games in the groups, I'm not going to create a new post for every single game. I'm just going to post it under the scheduled games. So always check back there. To anyone who misses this, you'll see it there. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez from Bedrosian. It's a 5. That's a tough. It's a 14, and that is a strikeout. Gonzalez goes down. He is 0 for 4. And the batter is Scott Service. Service is 1 for 3. He doubled. Flew out and actually flew out twice. Yeah, you saw that ball leave in a hurry, didn't you? Trust me. He hit that ball in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. It's still going. Here's the pitch to Service from Bedrosian. And that's a 10. That's ballpark. That's 40. On the right-handers, that's going to be in play. It's a 23, and that is going to be popped up again. This one is to first base. McGriff will make the play on this one, and the side is retired. 3 runs on 2 hits and a walk. Bottom half of the 8th inning coming up. Astros 4, Braves 2 on a huge blast by Jeff Bagwell. And why am I not surprised he was going to hit a home run when I played this game? Why am I not surprised? Everyone was talking about Jeff Bagwell in the group and saying, well, you know what happens? He's a beast. Well, guess what? Crack gone. Bottom of the 8th inning, Dave Veers is going to remain on the mound for Houston, but actually he's going to have to be pinch hit for because he's due to bat second, so it won't matter. So he'll bring in a pinch hit for him. But leading off for the Astros, for the Braves is Ryan Klesko. Veers will pitch again. Veers will pitch for the Astros. Ryan Klesko, he is 2 for 3, actually. Singled and doubled and grounded out. So it's going to be up to Dave Veers, and they have their closers warming up in the bullpen in the bottom of the 8th. So here's the pitch for the Braves. Here's Klesko's. It's a 3. That's wheelhouse. 62, and he belts this one. He belts that one down the left field line. That's going to roll into the corner. Klesko is going to have his second double of the game. He will hold it second. A leadoff double for Klesko. That was in the wheelhouse. A 62 is good enough. He's safe at second. So the Braves now trying to get back into this. That's his second double of the game. Klesko having a good game. He's 3 for 4. Steal rating is a 3. A 3 was rolled, but you're not going to run. You're not going to try to steal third. And the bat, because this guy's coming up, Fred McGriff. If there's a guy that can tie this game back up, it's this guy. Although Fred McGriff is 0 for 2, grounded out twice and walked. And McGriff ain't sacrificing nothing. So Dave Veers right now already the tying run at the plate. And here's the pitch. That's a 5. That's in play. It's an 0-8, and McGriff is going to belt this one. It's going to be a clean. That is the 0-8. Yep, that's going to be a clean double for McGriff. He hits that one into right center field. That will bounce to the wall. I do not have to pick a card because Klesko automatically scores from second. It's now 4-3. Klesko scores 4-3, and out comes Bobby Cox. He's not going to waste any time. Dave Veers gives up 2 doubles to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. You just took the lead. Now it's 4-3, and you got Justice, Pendleton, and Lopez still coming up. That's going to be it for Veers. They're not going to waste any time with him. Coming to bat is David Justice. He's leading off. He's a lefty. And coming on to pitch, for the Astros is going to be Mike Hampton. Mike Hampton will pitch for Houston. 2 wins, a loss, a 3.70 ERA. Nobody out, a run already in. Astros 4, Braves 3. Fred McGriff on at second. Justice the batter. And here comes Hampton. Hampton pitched 44 games. He was 22 years old before he became the starter. And, of course, he would win a National League championship with the Mets in 2000. Justice at the plate, runner at second. Fans here cheering on Atlanta. Here's the pitch from Hampton. It's a 6. It's a tough. It's a 44. It's a 44, and Justice goes ahead and gets a single. He's got the base hit. He's got it. It's a long single into the gap to center field. Runner on second advances 1 base. McGriff is going to hold at third. And still nobody out, and you're not going to test a run. You're not going to test an arm. You'll hold it. You'll hold there. Even with a run rating of 7. Runners at first and third, and still nobody out. David Justice goes ahead and gets one in it. Gets in there. 3rd straight base hit of the inning. And now runners at the corners and nobody out. Figures I always get the crazy ones, guys. Here's Terry Pendleton, switch hitter for the Braves. Batted .278 with 1 home run against lefties. Runners at the corners. The infield is going to be... Oh, do you play the infield in? You're in the 8th inning. Yeah, the infield's in. The infield is playing in. They will not concede the run. Mike Hampton trying to get job done that Veers got him in trouble for. Here's the pitch to Pendleton. It's a 6. It's a tough. It's a 68. And that one is going to be a ground ball to short. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. So we got infield in. It's a 6. It's a ground ball. It's a ground ball. Runner on third, out at home. Batter safe. Other runners advance one base. The infield in works. Griffiths thrown out. And there's one down. As a great play by Biggio, who throws home to get the play. Justice moves over to second. Pendleton is on first now, but now there's one out. On an infield in, a 6 to 8 is rolled, and a runner on third is out at home. Wow, what a play by Craig Biggio to throw out the tying run, but now there's one, and now one out. And the batter is Javi Lopez. Fans let out a little bit of an awe when that happened. But the right play was called. And that would not have been a double play because Terry Pendleton's double play rating is a 7, and Hampton's is and his is a 10. That would not have been a double. That would not have been. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That would have been a double play. My bad. That would have been a double play. But okay. But the run would have scored and would have the tie game. So that was the right call. One out. Here's Javi Lopez. Lopez is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. It's an 11 off of Mike Hampton. That's ballpark 72, but that's going to be in play on Lopez. It's a 96, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. Getting under that will be Luis Gonzalez. He makes the catch. 2 outs. Justice has to hold. You're not going to send Justice to try to go to third base. It really doesn't matter here because with 2 outs, he will score on a single. But Lopez flies out. What a big out that is for Hampton. Fly ball left field. And now the batter with 2 outs is Mark Lemke. Runners still at first and second. Mike Hampton trying to get out of this inning for the Astros. Braves already have a run in. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3. What a way to kick off the 1994 restart. If all my games are like this, oh boy, everyone will be watching these for 2 hours. Lemke at the plate. Justice. Pendleton on base. Here's the pitch from Hampton. It's a 7. It's a tough. It's a 32. It's a 32, and Lemke belts one. It's going to be a base hit by Mark Lemke. He gets the single. It's a hard grounder. It's a hard grounder in the left field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Justice will score. This game is tied. Mark Lemke. A huge base hit. Scores Justice. Moves Pendleton to third. He has to hold. We got a tie game. And the fans here are going nuts again. Can you believe it? What a way to start the restart. And Mike Hampton, they brought him in there, but it just couldn't get the job done. Steve Bedrosian is supposed to be the next batter. We'll see a pinch hitter, of course. And coming on to pinch hit for the Braves will be Rafael Belliard. Rafael Belliard against lefties batted .355, no home runs. They're going to see if they can get Mike Hampton to get the job done, or do you bring in another, and they're going to go back, they're going to go ahead and bring in another pitcher. As Mike Hampton comes in there, he gets a big ground out, but then another base hit. Hampton's going to be done. They're going to bring in the right hand. They're going to bring in a right-hander, so that'll be it for Hampton as he's done. And coming on to pitch for the Astros will be Todd Jones. Jones will be the fourth Astro pitcher, and he will pitch 5 wins, 2 losses, 2.72 ERA and 94. Rafael Belliard, though, bats 202 against right-handed pitching. But 2 outs now. Tie game, bottom of the 8th inning. So Todd Jones trying to close the door here. Here's the pitch from Jones. It's a 9. It's a tough. It's a 57. And that is a steal strikeout. And the inning is over. But what an inning that was. 2 runs on 4 hits. 8 in the books. Astros 4, Braves 4. Timeout. Coming on to pitch for the Atlanta Braves in the top of the 9th inning is going to be Greg McMichael. He is their closer, but they don't want the Astros to get any runs in the top of the 9th. Greg McMichael, 4 wins, 6 losses, 3.84 ERA. He had 21 saves in 94. He's going to be called upon to try to get the win. Tom Glavine and HOU Drabek pitch beautifully and do not get a decision in this one. And leading off for the Astros in the top of the 9th inning is Andujar Cedeno, and he doubled his last time up. Astros 4, Braves 4. What a way to start the season, or restart the season. Will they all be like this? Here's the pitch from McMichael to Cedeno. This is going to be a 5. It's going to be in play. It's an 0-8, and Cedeno is going to belt one. He's going to hit this one. It's going to go into right center field. It's going to go to the wall. That's going to be a double for Cedeno, and that's his 2nd straight double of the game. Just like that, and in play, an 0-8, and that is a clean double, and Cedeno holds at second base. What a hit by Cedeno into right center field. And the ball is tossed in. And the ball is actually tossed in by Mouton, who throws it in there. And Cedeno is at second base with the go-ahead run. And the batter is Todd Jones, who's the pitcher. He uses batting card number 15. But the thing about Todd Jones, though, his bunt rating is a D. He can't bunt. He uses pitcher hitting card number 15. He hits well. I'm going to take a look at his batting card real quick. Because Todd Jones, if you can get him in, you know what? No, you got to do the right thing. Even though the sacrifice is a 7-12, and it doesn't even fall underneath that. No, Todd Jones is going to come out, and the Astros are bringing a pinch hitter. Do the right thing. Todd Jones came in there and did what he had to do. He's done. And the Astros are bringing a pinch hitter against McMichael. He's a right-hander. And coming on to pinch hit for the Houston Astros will be Sid Bream. 34 years old, Sid Bream. .364 against right-handers in 94, no home runs. Greg McMichael trying to get out of it already in a big run as at second base. If anything, they would love to have. But the thing about Cedeno, his run rating is a 6. They're bringing a pinch runner. No, because you might be going to extra innings if you don't get it. So Sid Bream is the batter. Andujar Cedeno on its second. Nobody out. Here's the pitch from McMichael. It's going to be a 7. It's going to be in play. It's a 30. It's a 38. And Sid Bream, he's got it. It's a base hit for Sid Bream. The ball is blooped into right field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Runner on second scores. And the Astros take a 5-4 lead. Sid Bream comes off the bench and gets a huge base hit. Andujar Cedeno scores 5-4 Stros. And the fans here are stunned again as Sid Bream gets off the bench and a 38, a single against the righties, 12-42, and Bream does it here. 5-4. And now the Astros they're going to have to find someone to close this game out in the bottom of the 9th. Bream on it first. He's not stealing. And now you have the top of the batting order with James Mouton coming up and nobody out. And Mouton is 2 for 4 with 2 base hits. Bobby Cox can't believe it. He brings in Greg McMichael to try to close this game out and to try to get it to the 9th inning, and he can't do it. 5-4 Astros. Here's the pitch to Mouton from McMichael. It's a 9. It's defense. It's a 59. It's the first defense rating we had. It's a 59. The ball was hit to third base. We got an error check on Terry Pendleton. His error rating is a 3. And with a 59, he will make the play. So Pendleton's going to make the play. It's an out. It's a ground ball, double play, A or B. And his rating, and Pendleton's rating is a B. He's got it. He gets it. He throws to second for 1. He throws to second for 1, on to first for 2. A huge double play by Terry Pendleton. He's got it. Wow. Holy cow. Terry Pendleton, first of all, doesn't make the error, and it's a ground ball double play A-B, which means if his rating is an A or B, he completes a double play, and he got it. Bream and Mouton are erased. 2 outs. Huge play by Pendleton. And he's getting an ovation. And now the batter is Finley, but now with 2 outs. What a play by Pendleton. McMichael, though, still has to get out of the inning. Here's the pitch to Finley. And it's an 8. It's a tough. It's a 14, and Finley it's a strike 3 call. He's out of there. He has strikes out for the 3rd time. He was 2 for 5. He's 2 for 5 with 2 base hits. But the big run scores on 2 hits. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Houston 5, Atlanta 4. What a way to restart the season. You don't think these 94 teams wanted to continue playing this defense? Wanted to continue playing this season? You know they did. The Braves do have the top of the batting order. It's Sanders, Blauser, and Klesko. 2 lefties and a righty. The Astros go to their bullpen. He had 16 saves in 1994 and you bring in the closer, and that's John Hudek. So Jones can get the win, and Hudek is the pitcher. Right now, McMichael is on the hook for the loss, unless the Braves tie this up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Astros 5, Braves 4. John Hudek, no wins, 2 losses, 2.97 ERA, 16 saves in 94 for the Astros. The thing about it is the Braves have the top of the batting order. Here's Deion Sanders. He homered in this game. He is 1 for 3 with a home run. But against right-handers, though, he bats .214 with 1 home run. I'm sorry, no, wrong. Meant that. He batted .319 with 3 home runs against right-handed pitching. So Deion Sanders is up there. John Hudek going to try to close the game. Bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch to Sanders. It's a 5. It's a patient. It's a 47. And Sanders, gets a base hit. He rips that one into right center field. Coming to get that one is Finley. Sanders is safe at first on a leadoff base hit. His steal rating is an 8. He has the jump. But with a C, I have to look. But Sanders is on first base. The batter is Jeff Blauser. I wonder if you try a hit and run. Something I haven't done yet. Jeff Blauser definitely can make contact. There is no hit and run rating in payoff pitch. It's a simple chart. But Deion Sanders is an 8. It's a C. His jump rating is an 8. Hudek's hold rating is a 6. So let me look at that first. His jump rating is an 8. So a 0 to 63, he attempts. 64 to 99, he holds. He has a C rating, and service is a 4 arm. So it'd be a C4, which would be very good. I think that's good enough. Let's see if he gets it. I'll pick a card for it. 0 to 63, Deion Sanders tries to steal. It's an 83. He does not. He holds. He will hold at first base. Okay. Now Blauser, the batter. I think with nobody out, I think you let him swing away. A hit and run probably would be done with 1 out. So Blauser will bat. Sanders on at first. Blauser's bunt rating, however, is a B. And you can bring up Klesko's been hot. Wow, so many decisions to make here. Sanders on at first. Blauser, the batter. His bunt rating's a B. He can definitely sacrifice, but it wasn't in the sacrifice lump. He's going to go ahead and hit. Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch. Let's see if we made the right call. It's an 11. It's an 11. It's a tough on Hudek. It's 0-7. Struck him out. John Hudek, big strikeout on Blauser. 1 man down. The batter now is Ryan Klesko, who's had a great game. 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a single. Sanders still at first base. It's an 11 as the dice roll, so we cannot steal. I'm not going to have him do auto steal. Klesko's bunt rating is an F. We could try a hit and run to see if we can get Sanders over there. But no, I think Klesko's been hot. You let him hit. 1 out. Runner at first, Sanders. Tying run. John Hudek trying to get this win for the Astros. Here's the pitch. It's an 8. It's a tough. It's an 82. That one is flown by ball into deep center field. Going back for that one is Finley. He will get there. 2 men down. Two outs. Tying run on first. And the batter now is Fred McGriff. And yes, with a swing and a bat, the Braves can win this game. McGriff, however, has not done too bad. He's got a double, but he's 1 for 3. John Hudek. And a timeout is called by Service. He wants to talk to Hudek for a minute. Now he gets back to the plate. The umpire says, come on, let's play ball. Astros 5, Braves 4. Tying run at first. McGriff is the batter. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch from Hudek. It's a 3. It's a defense. 66. It's hit to the shortstop. It's hit to Cedeno. That's an error check. His rating is a 1. It's a 66. He's got it. Cedeno's got it. He has it. Throws to second, covering. Ball game. Astros beat the Braves 5-4. On a ground ball to shortstop, McGriff grounds it to Andahar Cedeno. And his error rating is a 1, and it's a 6, which is the highest error rating in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. He rolls a 66, and he gets the play, throws to second, and that's it. The Houston Astros get the win over the Braves 5-4. What an exciting matchup. I'm wondering if I second-guessed if I should have hit and run or anything like that, but I tell you, I'm not sure. I don't know. I wonder if I should have hit and run or tried to sacrifice, but I had the best hitters. You had Blauser, you had Klesko, you had McGriff, and they just couldn't get the hits. No runs on a hit, and I'll give you a recap here in 1 second. Give you final totals here. There were no errors, right? Were there any errors? For the Houston Astros, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. For the Braves, 4 runs, 3 hits, and 13 hits and no errors. Todd Jones gets the win. Greg McMichael is going to take the loss, and John Hudek is going to get the save. So after this close, unbelievable matchup, we now go back to this, where I'll go ahead, and although I already highlighted that, but in this case, what I'll do is I will circle it for Houston so I know that I have to give them the win. So the Astros come away with the win to start the season off, to continue the season here in 1994. Everyone, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. If you lasted the whole 2 hours for this, God bless you. All right. And I just want to say, if this is all the way all my games are going to go, well, stay tuned, because who knows what tomorrow's game is going to be like. So that's it here from Atlanta Fulton County Stadium as the fans are leaving dejected, as the Astros take a huge win over the Braves, and kind of like a game you would get between 2 teams that were evenly matched. Remember, the Astros were 66-49. The Braves were 68-46. So did these 2 teams play like they were like right next to each other in the standings? Absolutely. Kind of like the game we expected. Well, that's it here from this game. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you the next time. It will be the Toronto Blue Jays against the New York Yankees. And I believe for that matchup, I think I have Pat Henkin going for I think I have Pat Henkin for the Blue Jays going up against Jim Abbott for the Yankees tomorrow. So you'll have to see what it is. But see you again for next time for tomorrow, Blue Jays and Yankees. Once again, final score here. Houston Astros 5, Atlanta Braves 4. What a way to restart 1994. See you next time, everybody. Good night.